Every single thing you're doing right now, every choice, every habit, every excuse is being watched by the one person who will either thank you or hate you for it. Your future self. You might think no one notices when you skip the work, scroll for hours, or give up too early, but trust me, he does. That version of you 5 years from now is silently observing every move you make today. He's either getting stronger because of your discipline or weaker because of your comfort. So before you quit, before you say, I'll start tomorrow, remember your future self is watching you right now, waiting to see if you're serious about your dreams or just talking about them. Because the truth is, one day you'll meet that version of yourself, and the question is, will he be proud of you or disappointed? In this video, I'll share 5 powerful rules to make sure your future self looks back and says, you did it. Rule number 1, stop lying to yourself when no one's watching. Stop lying to yourself when no one's watching, because that's exactly where your future is being decided. It's not the world that's holding you back. It's the quiet moments where you convince yourself that skipping today doesn't matter, that tomorrow you'll start fresh, that one excuse won't make a difference. But here's the truth. The small lies you tell yourself become the walls that trap you in mediocrity. You say you're working hard, but deep down, you know you're not giving your best. You say you're serious about success, but you spend more time dreaming than doing. You say you want change, but you avoid the discomfort that comes with it. And every time you do that, you betray your own potential. Success isn't about how loud you talk when people are watching. It's about the quiet discipline you maintain when nobody cares, when there's no applause, no validation, and no one to impress but yourself. The real battle isn't out there in the world. It's inside your head. The war between your comfort and your calling happens every single day, and every time you lie to yourself, you surrender to weakness. But the day you decide to stop lying, the day you look in the mirror and admit that you've been holding yourself back, that's the day you start winning. Because honesty builds self-respect, and self-respect builds consistency. And consistency, that's what separates the successful from the stuck. When you start living with truth, your energy changes. You stop pretending. You stop needing motivation because you're finally aligned with your reality. You begin to work with purpose instead of pressure. You stop chasing shortcuts and start building strength. The truth is hard, it's uncomfortable, but it's powerful. It frees you from the chains of your own excuses. Every time you choose truth over comfort, you rewrite your destiny a little more. And soon, those small, honest moments turn into massive transformation. So stop lying about your habits, your effort, your intentions. Stop pretending to want success while living like you don't. Face the truth, own it, and rebuild from it. Because your dreams deserve the version of you that tells the truth. Even when no one's watching. Even when it's hard, even when it hurts. The world doesn't need your excuses. It needs your honesty, your discipline, and your fire. The truth will set you free. But first, it will demand that you face everything you've been running from. Do it. Because your future self is already watching, and it knows when you're lying. Rule number 2, do the work even when it feels pointless. Do the work even when it feels pointless. Because that's when your real character is being built. Everybody works when it's easy. When results show up, when people are watching, but few keep going when the effort feels invisible, when the progress is so slow you can barely feel it. That's the test life gives before it lets you break through. The truth is, growth doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes you'll grind for months, for years, and it will feel like nothing is changing, but it is. Every rep, every hour, every sacrifice is stacking quietly, shaping your mindset, building your resilience, and preparing you for the moment you're ready to handle what you've been asking for. The universe doesn't reward wishers. It rewards workers, especially the ones who keep showing up with zero validation. Because real progress isn't made in excitement, it's made in boredom, in routine, in the repetition that no one sees. That's where discipline is forged. That's where winners are created. Anyone can start when it's fun, but not everyone finishes when it's hard. You have to fall in love with the grind, with doing the same thing over and over again until you master it. When it feels pointless, remember, that's exactly when most people quit. And if you keep going in that moment, you've already separated yourself from the crowd. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of quitting lasts forever. The small invisible work you're doing today will one day become the reason people call you lucky. They won't see the sleepless nights, the lonely mornings, the times you worked while doubting yourself, but you will. You'll remember that you didn't stop. You'll know that every ounce of effort you gave built the foundation you now stand on. So don't stop just because it doesn't feel rewarding right now. Don't measure progress by what you can see. Measure it by your consistency. The strongest minds understand that greatness often hides behind the dull days. The days when motivation is dead and all you have left is discipline. Keep going, because those pointless moments are the bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. Every second of honest effort is a seed planted in silence that will one day grow into something unimaginable. Your job isn't to see the result instantly. Your job is to keep showing up until the world can no longer ignore your effort. Rule number 3. Sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term power. Sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term power. Because every time you choose comfort over commitment, you trade the future you dream about for the moment you're stuck in. Pleasure feels good now, but power feels right forever. The truth is, most people lose not because they're weak, but because they keep feeding their distractions more than their destiny. They crave the dopamine of now instead of the discipline that builds tomorrow. You can't become unstoppable while living like you're on autopilot. You can't talk about success while constantly seeking comfort. Every late night scroll, every skipped workout, every I'll do it tomorrow, it all adds up. Success is expensive and the currency is sacrifice. You have to give up things most people won't to live a life most people can't. You must learn to delay gratification, to say no to temporary highs so you can say yes to permanent growth. When you resist the urge to take the easy route, you build power, not just physical or financial, but mental. The kind of power that can't be shaken by opinions, failures, or fear. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, your future self gets stronger. Every time you ignore what feels good now for what feels right later, you step closer to the life you're meant to live. Remember, the party, the laziness, the comfort, they'll always be there. But your time, your youth, your drive, your hunger, that's slipping away every day you waste it. Real strength isn't built in moments of pleasure. It's built in moments of purpose. The nights you stay focused while others sleep, the days you work when others rest, the choices you make when no one claps, that's where champions are made. So ask yourself, do you want a life that feels good now or a life that feels right forever? Because you can't have both. One gives you satisfaction for minutes, the other gives you fulfillment for decades. Power belongs to those who can suffer for it, who can hold their vision so tightly that temptation becomes irrelevant. Sacrifice isn't punishment, it's an investment. Every temptation you resist becomes energy that fuels your future. And one day, when your results speak louder than your excuses, you'll realize that every sacrifice was worth it. You didn't miss out, you leveled up. You chose power over pleasure, purpose over comfort, and now you're living a life that temporary comfort could never buy. Rule number 4, build habits that outlive motivation. Build habits that outlive motivation, because motivation is a feeling and feelings fade the moment life gets uncomfortable. The truth is, if you rely on being motivated to get things done, you'll never build anything legendary. Motivation is like a spark. It can light the fire, but it can't keep it burning. What keeps the fire alive are habits, discipline, and consistency. Winners don't wake up every day excited. They wake up every day committed. They've trained their mind and body to move forward even when it doesn't feel good, even when it's boring, even when there's no applause. You can't depend on how you feel. You have to depend on what you've built. Habits are the armor you wear when your emotions try to drag you back into mediocrity. They make sure you move forward even on the days when your mind screams, I don't feel like it. Motivation gets you started, but habits keep you going when everything else fails. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, or leader you admire didn't rely on inspiration. They relied on systems. They understood that success is not about feeling ready. It's about showing up when you're not. You need to create habits so deeply ingrained that skipping them feels wrong, so automatic that your brain stops negotiating. Wake up early, not because you're excited, but because it's who you are now. Work on your goals, not because you feel inspired, but because you refuse to live the same day twice. That's how transformation happens, not in bursts of motivation, but in the quiet, repetitive actions that no one celebrates. The secret is to make progress a non-negotiable part of your identity. You brush your teeth every day without thinking about it. Your goals deserve that same level of commitment. You don't need to feel motivated to keep promises to yourself. You just need to honor the standard you've set. Habits outlive emotion. They outlive fear. They outlive excuses. And once your habits are stronger than your moods, you become unstoppable. Because then you don't chase success. You become the kind of person success chases. You stop asking, how do I stay motivated? And start asking, how do I make progress automatic? That shift is where greatness begins. Motivation fades, but habits are forever. Build them like your life depends on it, because it does. Rhino rule number 5. Become the person you'd be proud to remember. Become the person you'd be proud to remember. Because one day, when all the noise is gone, When the lights fade and the world moves on, the only thing that will truly matter is who you became. You'll look back and ask yourself, did I live with purpose or just exist? Did I chase my potential or hide behind excuses? Did I make choices that built my soul or just my comfort? Most people live like they'll never meet their future self, but you will. And that version of you is watching right now every decision, every delay, every compromise. The life you dream about isn't built in a single moment. It's built in the quiet hours where no one's watching, in the sacrifices no one claps for, in the discipline that no one celebrates. Becoming someone you'd be proud to remember means living with integrity even when it's inconvenient, pushing yourself when no one expects it, and refusing to settle for good enough. It means becoming the kind of person whose past self would be inspired and whose future self would be grateful. That's legacy. That's real power. Every day, you have a choice. You can keep being the version of you that breaks promises, that runs from hard things, that waits for the perfect time. Or you can become the version who follows through no matter how hard it gets. Stop chasing perfection. Start chasing progress. Stop looking for validation. Start earning respect from the person in the mirror. Every time you do something uncomfortable, every time you stay consistent when no one believes in you, every time you rise after failure, you're writing your story. You're building a memory that one day will define you. The question is, will that memory make you proud or fill you with regret? Your habits, your discipline, your sacrifices, they're all creating your legacy right now. So live today like you're already watching it in hindsight. Speak like your future self is listening. Work like your dreams depend on this moment, because they do. You can't rewrite your past, but you can create a future so strong it redeems every mistake. Make choices that make your future self proud to remember your name. The best version of you isn't found. It's built day by day, choice by choice, moment by moment. And one day, when you look back, you'll smile, not because life was easy, but because you never stopped becoming.